another fun video for you today. We're going to be looking at the giant freaking robot, guys. Before Minecraft or Mario, the first ever video game movie is a sci-fi blast. Now, I have to say, like, before we get into this video, before we get a little bit crazy, wacky, and wild, I want to say that I love the Mario movie for a lot of weird reasons, bro. And also, it's weird that he put the before Minecraft or Mario. Like, Minecraft didn't get a movie till like this year. I think he's just capitalizing off of the insane amount of like click-through power he can get from that, the searchability of that. But the original Mario movie, I actually like that movie, not because it's good. I think it's a terrible movie. But it's really fun to watch. It's like an acid trip. It's like a fever dream acid trip where Mario and Blade Runner had a baby, and they thought it would be a good idea to release that. And because of that, I think that the world needs to watch that movie as that. Just go into it thinking you're gonna watch Mario does Blade Runner, and you will have the greatest time ever. And as long as you're getting a little bit tipsy while watching it, it will be the greatest film you've ever seen in the context of having friends over and making fun of it.
Back when I did the Super Mario Brothers video for this channel, which you should watch because
this movie is incredible, by the way. I've already said it once, but I'm gonna say it's a masterpiece of just like insanity that needs to be preserved forever.
Good video, and doing so helps prevent me from becoming homeless.
This man lives in a cardboard box.
I mentioned possibly making a video about the real first video game feature film. Before I can even do that, I have to say this is not about the great mission to rescue Princess Peach or Running Boy Star Soldier no Himitsu.
What the heck? That Running Boy Star Surgeon Mitsu. I don't know, it's just a funny name. I don't know why I'm laughing, guys. I don't know why I'm laughing, boys and girls. It's just goofy to me.
Not because I dislike or discount animation at all, but because those were smaller productions, more akin to TV specials than big feature adaptations with a real budget.
Yeah, we need that real budget. We need Bob Hopkins here to get drunk on set every day with John Leguizamo type budget.
For that, we're heading back to the 80s and watching what is still one of the best video game movies ever that proves there was never a video game movie curse to begin with.
I mean, that's true because we have the Postal movie, and the Postal movie is one of the greatest film experiences of all time. If you haven't seen the Postal movie, you are truly missing out. If you're a Postal fan and you haven't seen it, you're just an awful person.
I'm Drew Deitch for Giant Freaking Robot, and we're talking about the real first video game movie, Mirai Ninja. Mirai Ninja is a 1988 Namco arcade game that was only released in Japan. So it's...
Bro, let's go, dude. It's basically, it looks a lot like... God, oh, what is it? They just, Ninja Gaiden. It looks like Ninja Gaiden, bro. We got a Ninja Gaiden movie before Ninja Gaiden.
Fair if you've never heard of it. In the game, you play as a resurrected robot...
Actually, I think that this came out after Ninja Gaiden, so this is just Cyborg Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja who has to stop an evil empire and the resurrection of their leader. Which reminds me, I need to replay Cyber Shadow. That game rocks. Anyways, the Mirai...
By the way, I will never play any of these games because I don't like side-scrollers. I know, another genre that I don't like. But hey, dude, it's okay because I just don't care. I really don't. I don't want to play these games. Like, there is a point in your life where you figure out the genres that you want to mess with and the genres that you're just not going to waste money on anymore because people tell you you need to like them. And I've hit that point, boys and girls. I play my FPS games. I play the RPGs I want to play. When I see a side-scroller, I'm like, that's not for me, dog. That's gonna be somebody else's donkey. I'll let that be for you, pimp.
Ninja arcade game was developed with the intention of releasing a companion feature film. So this wasn't about adapting an existing game into a movie. Instead, the game and movie were made to directly complement each other. The movie's Japanese title would be Mirai Ninja Kei Gumo Kinin Gaiden, translated as Future Ninja Stealth Joy Cloud Device Side Story.
Jesus, the longest title ever, bro. It's a terrible title.
Bless the Japanese and their wonderful titles. Mwah.
Captain Supermarket. Dude. Army of Darkness is called Captain Supermarket. That's amazing.
The movie would get a number of different titles depending where it was released. Across the pond in the UK, it was Robo Ninja. My wonderful neighbors to the north got Warlord. Sorry, Canada, you deserved a better title. Here in the States, which is how I came to know it, it was Cyber Ninja.
Genius title, best title of them all. Cyber Ninja goes so hard that I'm hard.
But I'm going to call it by its Japanese title because I am a loser weeb. Now,
Unfortunate. You need to start watching things in dub.
before actually talking about Mirai Ninja itself, I think I need to correct an omission from a previous video. In my video on Guyver Dark Hero, which I'd also love for you to watch so my beautiful kitty doesn't starve to death,
Dude, my cats, they're starving too. So like and subscribe and let's get to this channel to a gajillion billion followers. We need to make me the biggest, fattest, most popular man on the internet. I want to be sitting here on a throne of gold and while telling you all that I have long nipples. Can we make that happen, guys? Can we make that happen? Maybe I'll be able to afford a surgery to make my wiener just a little bit longer. I'm lying. I love that I have a micro penis.
neglected to mention the term tokusatsu, which is used in Japanese live-action productions to denote a heavy use of special effects. Over time, tokusatsu also became a term that applied to a particular style of special effects.
By the way, fun fact, this has nothing to do with this actual movie itself, but I do think it's funny that one of these type of movies would eventually be ripped off. They're not really ripped off. They basically paid a Japanese company to use all the action scenes from one of these type of movies and added like a high school rom-com to it. Not rom-com, but like a high school kids show to it and called it Power Rangers and started an empire. It's so wild to me that the action scenes from Power Rangers are just from some random Japanese movie.
Production, like what is seen in Japanese TV series such as Kamen Rider or the Super Sentai series like I talked about.
Dude, how did I pre-watch moment, I guess. I didn't actually pre-watch it. I just like bear trapped the shit out of this video, dude. I bear trapped the shit out of this video knowing that I was going to bring they were going to bring up Power Rangers. It's just such a cool overlay.
About in that Guyver video. And Mirai Ninja is about as pure tokusatsu as you can get. I could watch those exploding sparks over and over again. Since the game and movie were being produced together, the Mirai Ninja movie was deliberately trying to be as faithful as it could to the arcade game. So much so that the director and co-writer of the film, Keita Amamiya, also worked on the character designs for the game. All of this leads to a movie...
That's sick, dude. That's actually really, really cool.
...that couldn't be more faithful to its video game source material. The first stage of the video game is pretty much directly adapted for the opening credits sequence. And even the music from the game just gets new orchestration for the movie. So the basic story of Mirai Ninja is going to seem very familiar to anyone with even the smallest of familiarity with... The movie starts with text saying, "Once upon a time in a distant future."
Oh my god. Bro, just like they low-key they made Ninja Star Wars.
There is an evil empire that kidnaps a princess dressed in white. A roguish mercenary is employed to rescue her. There's an evil emperor that's a big floating head. Need I go on? Obligatory statement of Star Wars was influenced by samurai cinema, specifically Akira.
Oh my god, dude, this is amazing. I love seeing the hardcore influence. This is dude, the short guy's just R2-D2. George Lucas was watching. Dude, that guy's mad short. What if I made him a short round robot?
Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress before someone in the comments wants to actually me.
And don't let me catch you following me, begging for help, because you won't get it.
The more not Star Wars part of the story is about a soldier who dies in the beginning of the movie and is resurrected as a robot ninja by the Dark Overlord's clan. This is our hero Shiranui, who is trying to reach the Dark Overlord's fortress to...
Bro, it's like if Anakin became Darth Vader and then fought the Sith. That would be the better equivalence here. Darth Vader's just like, I don't like you. I'm gonna kill everyone.
Claim his body before it and the princess are used to resurrect the Dark Overlord. You don't get much more simple than that. And that is the best thing about Mirai Ninja from a writing perspective. At 75 minutes,
Dude, I do love it when a movie has a simple concept and it just does that simple concept incredibly well. I feel like so many movies anymore in like today's culture has to have something else going on. It has to have like some bigger issue. It has to touch on some like a geopolitical problem or something else, and you're just constantly like sifting through this bullshit that you don't care about to get to the cool points of the plot.
it doesn't overcomplicate itself. As Joe Bob Briggs would say, there ain't a lot of plot to get in the way of the story. This is about robo-ninjas and techno baddies shooting lasers and slicing up each other with swords. Which
Sounds like the best movie ever made.
is the actual best thing about Mirai Ninja. This is pure, uncut Saturday morning cartoon craziness rendered in the real world. And it's just doing exactly what the video game is. It doesn't need to jam Jack Black into it to make it as widely appealing as possible.
Chicken jockey.
It can
Dude, we just gotta attack Minecraft movie real quick, but because it's like mid and it made too much money. Let's throw some shade real quick. Again, dude, I feel the same way. I feel like the Postal movie definitely deserved to sell like a gajillion billion copies and should have been like $1 billion movie, and instead it's a forgotten about film that's an absolute masterpiece.
reflect and embrace the simplicity of its video game while still managing to tell a functionally melodramatic story about Shiranui, thanks to the audience knowing he's actually the brother of another featured character. It's nothing new, but it totally works. And if you're hung up on the story and characters of Mirai Ninja, you go ahead and pout while I bask in the Edo
Dude,
style.
I love that there's those people out there that'll like sit and write like a 400-hour like retrospective about like one character, and I'm just like, bro, did you see when they shot his dick off? That was so sick, bro. That was so sick. Like, me and my buddies are just talking about like the shit that you like, the overly fucking written people are looking like, ugh, they didn't get the nuances of the movie. And I'm like, yeah, dude, but when that explosion happened, it went blah, blah, blah. And then when that dude died, it went blah. And then they had that sex scene and her tits looked really good, dude. Like, come on. You all know that you had that friend group where you had that talking point. And then there was that one guy who was like, what about the nuances of that character? Not gonna lie, I was that in college and I hated myself for it.
Attack walkers, and my man, Shoki, the big evil henchman who ends up as the vessel for the resurrected Dark Overlord. He's got head tentacles that stab you if you try to sneak up on him. Shoki rules. Shiranui rules. Mirai Ninja fucking rules.
Hell yeah, base, dude. This looks cool as hell. I miss like overly cheesy action films. I really do. I think it's even like I really like the John Wick franchise, and I like movies like Nobody and stuff. But I miss like the 80s cheese type action movies. That over the top Stallone flick. Don't even get me started about how much I love Expendables 1 and 2. Those are the only two good ones. I didn't watch 3 or 4. They weren't worth my time. But Expendables 1 and 2 were incredible films. They were awesome. Every moment was the greatest thing ever. Were they cinematic masterpieces? Probably not, but goddamn were they fun.
And the only reason more people didn't feel that way back when Mirai Ninja released in 1988 is because the movie stayed in Japan due to the arcade game not being exported to other countries.
Bro, big L on their part. They didn't take any W's because they refused to port the game.
It got a home video and English dubbed release in the 90s on VHS and a DVD release in Japan in the 2000s, but it has not gotten a loving restoration or better release on Blu-ray. And it needs to, for so many reasons.
This needs to be on Netflix. They need to bring it to streaming as of yesterday. We're going to find out right now if this is on streaming, actually. I want to hit play, but I want to find out if this is on streaming.
When people bemoan the video game movie curse that plagued so many adaptations for decades, starting with Super Mario Bros., they need to know about Mirai Ninja. The first live-action video game movie wasn't cursed at all. In fact, it was produced about as well as it could have been back in 1988. Keita Amemiya would go on to direct similar tokusatsu movies like Zyram.
So I pulled it up right here. It's a movie you can watch on various streamings such as Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Prime Video, Max, and Peacock. It looks like it's on everywhere. It looks like you watch this movie everywhere. So at least it's like ported, bro. Like, let's see if I can like pull it up on Netflix real quick. Because like right here we got it. Like obviously it's saying everywhere. But let's find out. Let's go Hulu. I'm not gonna like log into my Hulu to do it. Right here, we'll click here. Buy on demand. No. Oh, they lied. You can't stream it on anything. The Google lied to me. So basically, you can't watch this on anything other than the trailer right here on YouTube. This is a criminal act, and I think that Disney or somebody needs to rectify this. This is like a crucial misstep in the terms of movie preservation and game preservation, which we all know that I'm big on game and movie preservation. So we need to get this out there. This needs to be on every if Amazon is listening, you need to put this on Amazon store so we can buy it. You need iTunes, whoever's running Apple, get that shit on the Apple Play Store. Google, same thing. We need to get this out there. Sony, what are you doing? Put it on Crunchyroll.
2 Kamen Rider movies, and 1 other film that I 100% will do a video on if this one does well. Since Mirai Ninja was his first theatrical feature, it needs that preservation for Amamiya's filmography. And it's the first live-action video game movie, not Super Mario Brothers. That fact alone should grant Mirai Ninja a ton of admiration, respect, and a proper modern home video release for audiences around the globe. You can find.
I don't even think that it needs to be like a Blu-ray release or anything like that. I think the sunk money fallacy would be an issue there. I do think that it deserves to at least be licensed to be digitally purchased. I think that that's super fair, and the fact that you can't do that right now is super disgusting.
A copy of Mirai Ninja out here in cyberspace, but hopefully we can all look forward to a day where a loving high definition.
Dude, that is such a cool design. You know that thing's like 2 foot tall, but they made it look like 80 feet wide, bro. I love when they do this in movies and you see the actual model and it's like this, but in the movie it looks so ginormous.
New version can be made. The first true video game movie deserves nothing less. Do y'all like these kinds of videos about lesser-known flicks?
By the way, this is an incredible video. I loved this video. It was short, sweet. It was fantastically paced. Everything about it was incredible. This dude, he gets the coveted subscribe from King Jiffy Coats and a like. He gets both those things. He's incredible. The best. He gets the best from King Jiffy. He is definitely get some love for the algorithm from the king right here, the big boy, the big boy with the small wiener. He gets the love. I think this is incredible. I never heard of this movie. This is like video game lore that I can now like tell somebody who doesn't care at all, but I can pretend that I'm smart with my fun facts.
Or Japanese genre stuff. I love doing them, even if nobody else seems to like them. So let me know in the comments.
By the way, that gun's stupid. That is a really dumb gun. This is a really dumb gun, bro.
I love doing them.
Dude, the blasting caps for the cartridge in the gun is facing sideways. So if the cartridge is hit, it fires sideways. This is just like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's so funny. Just a lack of knowledge behind guns on this is incredible. I mean, maybe it spins it. Maybe it does something like the P90 where it spins it into the slot and then fires. That could be what it does. This is just a weird design.
Even if nobody else seems to like them. So let me know in the comments and like the video.
Like a cylinder, like a revolver, and none of the blasting what I'm talking about, like if you don't know how a bullet works, is the back has like a primer, just like those brass things had. So the primer's facing out like a revolver would, but the gun's barrel's facing this direction. So we have primers and bullets facing this way across the gun, so there's no way of firing it. That's incredible.
Because that's going to tell us make more things like this. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll give my kitty a scritch just for you. Thanks for watching, and hope you'll be back next time here on Giant Freaking Robot.
Dude, I love this channel. I don't know much about this, but this guy's incredible. I'm so glad this came out. This is something I love about YouTube, is there's so many great creators on this platform. Incredible creators, and just being able to find them and like finding that like weird offbeat thing, like this hits so many like cross sections for me, and it's why I wanted to share it with my audience. Is I saw the influence from Japan, which I do a lot of anime content, the video game stuff, which I make tons of, I make a video game review every week, and it's just like lore, and I love lore, so it hits every little cross section I could possibly hit for a video that's perfect to relay. I love when YouTube just provides me with gold content, absolute glorious stuff. And this is why I do content like this too, where I do like my reaction commentary to like fun videos like this, to show people more great channels like Giant Freaking Robot, to get you away from like to move the world, to say that it's not all drama on YouTube. I cover a lot of drama. I cover a lot of like bad takes and stuff, but I also want to like highlight the cool stuff and the cool art of the world. Now, you might just say, well, good excuse for your slop, and that's fine. That's fine. I hope this video, you guys go and like this guy. Go subscribe to his channel. He seems like he does really cool content. We'll have to check out more of his stuff in the future. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.